Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another Jazz Matters podcast with my co-host and the great Von Coulter from Jazz
Ooh,
Beats Radio.
holy moly. I'm going to have to live up pretty high
Yeah,
to
you got
that
to live that
standard.
one up now.
that, that scared me. But
Yeah.
welcome in to all of those who are chiming in this evening for another edition of Yes, Jazz Matters. And we got a pretty good show interview scheduled up. So we're looking forward to being able to talk with Mr. Dwight Smith.
Right. Yeah, Dwight's an old friend of mine, and Dwight, he should have quite a bit of conversation for us. I know that he was definitely one of the first musicians I came in contact with when I first arrived here. And we had promised each other we'd get together, and play together. And we were always, I was going west, he was going east, or else I was going east and he was going west, But we did get a chance to do a couple of things, around town and everything. But we're here tonight, we're going to talk about his new project that he has, the Dwight Smith project, which is called 5860. Mm-hmm. And we're going to let him talk about that and where he stands right now in the industry as far as his own voice being out there and being heard, so that we can, really get into a good conversation. I did get a chance to listen to the project, and it's good. He's got a lot of old friends I know that's playing on it, and so it all came out really good, I'm hoping a lot of success for him, because I know that he's been doing things in the recording field for quite a while. And this project, I think he's pretty much put his finger on the button as far as where the listening audience is really, what they're really listening to and accepting. It's a nice, smooth, and contemporary type of music, and but I'll basically let him give you the definition, because you know how that is sometimes when you describe certain things, it's kind of interesting that they may have a different thing in mind,
That's true. That's true.
So we'll let him talk about that as soon as he get in. But you saw a documentary on the great Art Tatum. It kind of blew you away a bit there, huh?
Oh my gosh! I mean, you see, I had to send that to you, quickly.
Yeah.
Art Tatum, my gosh, it was just. I mean, when he got to hitting them keys, and all of a sudden he just broke out into something like, I don't know where it just came out of nowhere, and it just stunned me, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and like you told me earlier, I said, he was blind. I said, yeah, I know he was blind, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's amazing. He was amazing.
Oh my gosh, yes.
To this day, I haven't heard any better. There is, of course, the when Oscar Peterson was with us, that was the closest thing that I'd actually heard.
Right.
But for the most part, they both had their own voice, which we definitely illustrate a lot, in our conversations, is finding your own voice, and they both had their own voice for sure. And I think that a lot of the videos, when you go back and look at some of those videos on those older musicians, there was just so much. It's just a wealth of knowledge. If you can really get a chance to listen to some really good like documentaries and stuff on these people.
Oh yeah.
It makes you realize that regardless of how hard you're trying, you got to do better. You just got. There's no letting up.
You got to.
Regardless of how hard you try, you gotta do better. And it's just amazing. There's been so many musicians that were not necessarily taught to a lot of the music students, I'm saying, until they get to around college or something,
Right.
And so they've really, what they've missed not only the experience, but they've also missed that legacy that those people left, they having to play catch up, so to say.
Yeah.
And that's probably only because, there's, the music appreciation classes, certain people only go in certain directions, and they'll instruct from that point of view. But all in all, there's Jazz Matters is right now doing sweatshirts. How
Look
you
at
like
that.
that? Look at that.
I love that one. That one
Look
is,
at that.
I know.
Right. And t-shirts also,
Okay.
I think the last interview we had, I showed you one of
One that you had, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
hashtag Yes Jazz Matters. Yeah.
Yes, Jazz Matters. But that
Right.
one right there, that one is hot. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's one.
And I'm ready for the winter. If you notice, it's a sweatshirt.
Sweatshirt. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm straight. The winter time is here. That's what you
Yeah.
need. Sleeves, Of course, it'll come in short sleeves also. And but we're going to put all that up on our website, how to purchase, where to purchase that, and everything.
Well, I'm hoping I can get in touch with somebody to see if I can get a free one along the way. I'll see see who I can contact about that.
Well, we'll probably look into that. And from what I found out was that all the tickets were sold. Now, no, but it's cool, man.
Oh my gosh!
All of that's good.
Or all the T-shirts have been sold.
Yeah, the tickets have been sold. T-shirts gone. So that's about it. But anyway, I know that Dwight, I want to talk a little bit more about him. I think at one point in time, we were going to do a little something together, but he ended up going out on the road, and he stayed out for quite a while. And he worked with, he's worked with a lot of artists, but the one that at the time that I was thinking about doing a project with him, it was he went out on the road with Engelbert Humperdinck.
I see and that.
So he did that
drumming work for him with him.
Yeah. So the thing is, he went out, and we'll talk to him a little bit about that experience, because that's one of those experiences that a lot of musicians really would love to get into, something like that.
I would agree, because Engelbert was worldwide, my friend. He was all over the place.
Yes. Yeah. And Dwight has done extensive traveling with him, so it'll be interesting to get into that with him and see exactly what's been going on with it. And in the meantime, of course, we're going to go ahead and continue to find out all things jazz here in the city.
Yes, sir. That's no problem.
I think that if over at Jazz Beats Radio, where you are, Vaughn, I know you got some things coming up. Can you share us with it?
Well, there's a lot of construction going on right now, and the studio that you were at, where we conducted our first meet, has been moved upstairs. And it's like right in the opening of the lobby, or like the living room. And it is a tremendous move for that station itself. And, it being the flagship station of what Daryl Davis has created, we are quite happy with that move. I'm ecstatic about it, because it lends us to open up the medium for actual virtual concerts to take place in the area where the studio is now. So there is some moves going on, some reconstruction, and to actually be more inviting for that type of entertainment to come upon us at Jazz Beats Radio.
Yes.
And and he has 6 other radio stations that he's developing and keeping them being on point and growing as well. And of course, with us adding Bob Baldwin's show to our radio station, New Urban Jazz, as well as Dave Ka's podcast that he does. So, we'll keep moving forward in developing and growing our audience. And it's impressive because, you know, as I've gotten used to hearing Dave and Bob and their shows, it's almost like we're all on the same wavelength. We're doing the same thing, you
Right.
know, and it lends to the richness that, you know, Jazz Beats Radio is trying to do. We all tap into what's current. We try to pull up what's from the past. I've kind of like been on a little venture myself, trying to grow a greater knowledge about the origins of what is known as smooth jazz.
Right.
So what I'm doing is finding, I call them the vanguards of smooth jazz, the
Yeah.
Freddie Hubbards and the Stanley Turrentines and the Donald Byrds, and, you know, when they were mixing in the fusion and the funk into jazz,
Right.
and the effect that CTI Records had on that medium as well.
Yeah.
Creed Taylor had a big contribution to making that what is known as smooth jazz, and what he channeled his artists to do to develop that sound. And so, you know, I'm trying to push that forward, and, you know, it's just, I think the audiences need to know where this stuff comes from. And
Yes.
so, you know, it's an exciting time at Jazz Beats Radio, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Okay. Dwight's is trying to get online here. I think he's having a problem with audio.
Okay.
What I'm gonna probably try to get him to do is make sure he has his audio unmuted, and see if and we can do that. Let's see. Let me see. Yep. But anyway, all right, Vaughn.
Yeah.
Okay, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm who? Oh,
No,
I'm
I
here.
meant Dwight. Can you hear me?
Dwight.
So yeah, I think he's gonna probably have to go out and come back in, making sure that he has the audio. But anyway, I'm want to get back over there, like we were talking about before, so that we can, you know, we can talk about some things there and do some spot on interviews also.
Absolutely.
If we like on the construction end, how far out do you think you guys are from?
Oh, it should be finished by probably, more than likely, earlier than the end of the month, because they were really proceeding on it quite quickly over there. So I'm looking forward to being back in there real soon, probably this weekend. And
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think he's having a browser problem, so he's changing
Okay.
over.
Right.
And he's gonna try to get back in for whatever reason. I don't know why. You know, that seems to be one of the issues that a lot of people have, you know, getting into here.
Yeah.
So,
It's kind of like what we're used to.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're definitely used to it because we've had our share of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we've had our share of it. And but as far as everything goes, everybody get out there and vote. And because you know that everything depends on this one. And I don't think I've ever said that realistically until now.
Right.
That
Right.
if you are undecided, then you have a problem. And I don't see how anyone can be undecided at this point.
Right.
A friend of mine told a joke about that. They said that like an undecided voter is like a person going into a small diner,
Mm-hmm.
and the cook in the diner says, all I got is a patty melt over here and some rat poison. And the undecided voter would say, Well, I'm not that fond of patty melts. You know what I'm saying? So he would rather do the alternative. You ain't got but two things to work with, you know?
That's not even funny,
Yeah,
but
no,
it's
man.
crazy.
But
But yeah, I agree. I
yeah,
totally agree.
yeah. So we'll find out what Zach. I mean, what Dwight has to say about that. But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he'd be all right. Okay, Dwight, we got your audio, but we need your video. So just unmute your video, and you'll be right back in on us. And don't feel bad. A lot of people have the same issues.
Oh yeah.
You know, just adjusting to technology when you really were not expecting to. You know, and Dwight understands the technology and everything with everything, but I think
He's trying.
if he unmutes his camera, we'll be in good shape. Can you hear us, Dwight? Yep. I mean, I see the indication on my end. It's his camera is still muted for wherever.
Right. Right.
But at
If he
least
hits
the audio is up.
that little white caption thing box above it.
Yeah. You know, some people use when they use tablets. A lot of times they seem to have a lot of issues. Then
Oh, you know, I've been there.
yeah.
That's what.
Yeah. So, but yes, if he can, I wish I could unmute him from here, but it's just that his video is muted. He might be He might be navigating around his this source. Hadn't picked up on it yet. But anyway, we're getting back out here and getting closer. We're still working on the virtual projects.
Right.
And we'll be cranking that up. I'm trying to gear up for the next round of that, so that we'll be able to send the virtual products out there. And
now, my question is, will you be participating in the virtuals?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some. I'm really looking forward to some of the musicians, including Dwight himself.
Okay.
And you know, a lot of the guys that and women that were on the podcast, you know, so you can actually get a chance to see exactly what's going on with them in real time on the videos. So yeah, I hope we can crank that out pretty soon, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So that's about it. And you know, Dwight's still having some tech issues. I really wanted him to get into a lot of things because he's got a lot to talk about.
Right. Right.
And we may have to reschedule him for
more than likely. Yeah.
meeting, and then see if we can get this going. But we got some time. He can. We still have time enough for him to crank it. And see if we can get him to holler at us for a second, and we'll pick him up on another day, you know.
Right.
Let's see what we got. So we can. Let me ask you something. Did they remove the Christmas tree yet from the studio over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't think they could get it out of the house.
Yeah.
It was so big.
Yeah. No, it's like it's almost like a office area now.
Yeah.
So he's got like a little sitting area and the other half on the other side of where the studio is located. He's got his piano, his baby grand. He's got some microphones set up there, and that's where the talk radio station is, right there across from us.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah.
Can you fellas hear me now?
I hear you. I just need you to unmute your camera.
I did.
I got your audio this time.
There we go. There we go.
Oh,
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, you got one of those nervous ones, huh?
No, I was using my laptop,
Mm.
and the browser said it was doing something. It wouldn't allow me to do the video because of the browser. So I have to do it on my iPhone.
Oh, okay. That works.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
goodness. Yeah, we were talking real bad about you.
I heard, believe it or not, I do this on Mondays and Wednesdays with my grandchildren in virtual school, but they have their computers.
Right. Hey, I hear you, man. It's like
I'm old, man. I'll
yeah.
admit it.
Hey, welcome to the club.
I know that's right.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is Dwight Smith, drummer, percussionist, musician, arranger, songwriter, almost everything under the sun. And I've been knowing Dwight for quite a while. And I want Dwight, I did check out the 5860.
Oh, good.
And I think you hit the mark as far as, that audience that we're dealing with now.
Okay, good.
I think you hit the mark pretty good, because it definitely has all of the elements that, I hear on mainstream radio that's dealing with alternative music, jazz and so forth.
Well, thank you.
So tell us about this new project, man, because I think you got a winner here, man.
Well, thank you, man. My goal was just to try to do good music when I started it. And I've always had a bunch of melodies going through my head. And so I just, was trying to put my best foot forward and try to write good, positive songs.
Yeah, and they all sound like good. I mean, they're definitely relatable. They're easy to to wrap your hands around, comprehend, so to say. And the cool thing about it, you use a lot of the resident talent here in town.
That's what I want. I didn't want to have to ask people who are already known to do this stuff, because I know a lot of good musicians who don't get a chance to be exposed. And so I was trying to expose some of the guys around town that I know can play,
Well, that's good, because technically, realistically, that's what Jazz Matters does. We go and we try to find all the resident talent that really needs the platform,
right.
just as well as the seasoned talent. We
Yes.
respect that too, but we definitely always look for the younger, upcoming musicians that are serious about music and so forth. And we definitely want to give them the platform. I was saying earlier about you probably talk to us a little bit about some of your experiences. So let's just start it off for the most part with how did you decide to let music do what it do for you?
Music chose me, man. As a child, I can remember being in the 5th grade and going to see the Atlanta Symphony, and they were doing what's the piece? A William Tell Overture, and all I could hear over the whole orchestra was the snare drum, just tap 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 tap. And man, and I fell in love with music. I fell in love with drums, and I didn't have a choice. It was just something that was in me, and that was my life's goal, is just to be a musician all my life.
Well, that's great. As a matter of fact, I was speaking with Vaughn earlier, and we were talking about some of your experiences that I know of, that like when you went out on the road with Engelbert, which was an experience. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well,
not the bad stuff, just the good stuff. The bad stuff we're gonna put in your memoirs,
Okay. Yeah, that'll be in the book. We're gonna do that. We're gonna save those for the book,
Gotcha.
One of the strangest things was how I even got to that point. I was out with Peabo Bryson, and the saxophonist Michael Hoskins was doing a gig with Max Carl, who was I think he was a former lead singer of 38 Special at the time, and he was on Glenn Frey's label. And Chester Thompson was doing that gig, and he was about to go out with Phil Collins, and so they needed a drummer. And so I went and I auditioned, and I did that gig. And on the last day of the tour, I just started passing out cards, man, saying, if anybody need anybody, please tell them about me. And the keyboard player was Engelbert's ex-music director. And so he told them about me. and they flew me out to Vegas on a Sunday, and Monday I was on stage.
Wow. Okay.
Works that way sometimes, right?
Yeah, man.
And you hung in there a long time.
On and off for 12 years. But
Yeah.
you know what helped, man, was, and a lot of young musicians I'm not gonna say all, but a lot don't know how to read. I knew how to read as well. And
Right.
so in a reading gig, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, that helps. We've talked about that quite a bit on this show, especially early on, about the fundamentals. And
Right.
and the thing is, the thing is, if you want, there's one thing to get a gig, but then there's
Right.
another to keep a gig.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And you just have to know those fundamentals. And over at Jazz Beats Radio, where we have Von Coulter here, Von plays a lot of the music, and a lot of it sounds like exactly what you've recorded, which means I know you're on the right track. And of course, he'll be playing yours pretty soon.
I hope so.
Pretty soon.
Oh, look, I'm ready to play it right now if I was in studio.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Because you said it at the outset, you're just trying to make great music, good music. And that's the essence of what my show is all about. It's just playing the good stuff. And so, you know, I'm going to listen to it tonight, and I'm saying, like, just to let you know, email me. I'm gonna drop my email address and just drop that MP3 for me, and you'll get in a rotation.
Okay.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you so very much.
All right. Now, Dwight, is there any way people can get a hold of you? What, as far as the social media platforms, any way they can get in contact with you if they really, want to be serious about what you're doing, like an email, Twitter address, or anything like that?
My email is dwigsmi4@aol.com. So that lets you know how old I am. I'm still using AOL.
Oh,
you said it.
I didn't say it. I know.
I'm still on AOL.
Okay.
And I'm on Facebook, Dwight Smith. And you can reach me there.
Okay.
And on Instagram, Dwight Smith is me.
Dwight Smith, I lost the last part. Say it again.
It is me.
Okay.
ISM.
Okay. That's Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Of course, everyone knows they can reach me at yesjazzmatters.org, and you can go there and check out the organization. We are 501c3, and we do take donations, but it also will tell you everything there is about us. And this, Dwight, we're going to do this again.
Yes, please.
And the next time,
I'll be prepared.
you're going to be prepared, right? Because the time moves so fast,
Yes, I have my technology together.
Yeah, you're going to have, yeah. Well, that's strange because even though I know you're great with technology because, you're an engineer. Yeah. But when it comes to this, I had the same stumbling block, believe it or not, when I first started. I was like, wait a minute, and I think it's, something we overthink sometimes.
Right.
And then we have to just kind of pull back a little bit and just go ahead and do it like it's supposed to be done. But we're gonna have another one. And
great.
I hope by that time we'll be able to get to see and hear you do some performances from this new product.
Okay. Yes.
Matter of fact, I'll be doing some virtual stuff, virtual concerts, and it'd be great to have you, do something with us.
Oh, that'd be a wonderful thing. I'd love that. You know that.
Yeah.
I love playing with you.
well. See, I wanted you to play with your, your guys here.
Okay. Well,
that recorded the record and everything.
Yes. Most definitely.
Yeah, because that way you're more comfortable with it. Because me, I'll get in there and put it somewhere else.
Well, let's go there. Let's ride, baby.
Okay.
Let's ride, baby.
Okay, Vaughn. So we're basically about out of time. So one more time, just give the people your information to contact you.
I can be reached at dwigsmi smi4@aol.com. And I'm on Facebook, Dwight Smith, and Instagram, Dwight Smith is me.
Okay. And of course, Vaughn.
Yep, it's jazzbeatsradio.com. That's the web page. You can also reach me at Instagram at Von Coulter. And my Twitter page is Ain't Nothing But Soul. Ain't Nothing But Soul 1.
All right. And of course, you know, we're over here at yesjazzmatters.org. And thanks a lot, Dwight, man. And we'll definitely have more time next time.
Yes, well,
I ain't mad at you at all. We've had some stumbles. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get out of here with this one. So it's good seeing you again, man.
Yeah,
and I guess you noticed you probably had never seen me with my stay in the house face.
I see, yeah.
That's what happens when you stay in the house too long. You know? But I'll holler back at you, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, man.
Thanks. All right.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Mm-hmm.